Normally, Saudi Arabia is known for oil and unimaginable wealth, but behind all that shine lies an unsettling reality. This rich Arab nation is blessed with money, yet deprived of one of nature's most essential gifts, water. It's like owning a palace of gold, but having only 2 sips of drinking water. Saudi Arabia is the largest country on earth without a single natural river. 98% of its land is burning desert, and rainfall is almost non-existent. But now, right in the middle of this silent sea of dunes, Saudi Arabia has started building its own rivers, artificial rivers. These aren't normal rivers. Here, water doesn't flow downhill from mountains. It's pushed uphill towards the mountains. Thousands of kilometers of freshwater pipelines. A man-made river network that almost looks like it's challenging the laws of nature. But the real question is, if this country has no water, where is all this water coming from? And even more shocking, how is this impossible task becoming possible? You probably know that Saudi Arabia has an extremely hot and dry climate. For example, Riyadh receives only about 116 millimeters of rain per year. In 1950, the population was barely 3 million. Today, it has crossed 26 million, putting massive pressure on already strained water reserves. So where does the fresh water come from if there are no natural rivers? For decades, Saudi Arabia relied on deep underground aquifers, called fossil water. This water formed thousands of years ago, and it takes thousands more to refill. It's basically a non-renewable water battery. Until recently, nearly 70% of Saudi Arabia's water demand came from this fossil water. But the consequences were terrifying. NASA's Grace satellite mission shocked Saudi officials when it revealed that between 2002 and 2016, the country was losing underground water at a rate of 2 cubic kilometers every year. That's 2 trillion liters of fossil water disappearing annually. Back then, the population was about 18 million, and each person used nearly 310 liters per day, while the global average is only 150 liters. It was like draining a battery that could never be recharged. But how did this overuse happen? The crisis worsened in the 1970s when the government decided to grow wheat domestically, instead of depending on imports. The intention was good, but the impact was disastrous. Heavy subsidies boosted farming, and by 2003, 85% of the nation's water was being consumed by agriculture alone. Within just 3 decades, Saudi Arabia was forced to shut the wheat program entirely to stop the water crisis, to protect whatever fossil water remained. If Saudi Arabia can't use its only natural water source, where will fresh water come from? That's when a groundbreaking idea was born: the world's largest artificial river project. This massive, revolutionary plan involves building a 12,000 kilometers long man-made river constructed underground, something the world has never attempted at this scale. The project will produce 9.4 million cubic meters of water every single day through advanced desalination. That's 940 crore liters daily. This entire river will flow beneath the desert to prevent evaporation losses. Its width and depth are designed to maintain continuous water flow across the country, even up to remote and mountainous areas. But the purpose isn't just to supply water. Saudi Arabia wants to revive its dream of self-sustainable agriculture, reduce food imports, and diversify its oil-dependent economy. The artificial river is 11 meters wide and 4 meters deep, stretching an astonishing 12,000 kilometers. Special anti-corrosion pipelines, each 2.25 meters wide, are being laid across the nation. To understand the scale, this pipeline network is long enough to wrap around the earth. But desalination is the real hero behind this project. Saudi has built 28 desalination plants along the Red Sea and Persian Gulf. Their job: remove salt from seawater and do it using less energy and minimal pollution. The first method is multi-stage desalination. Imagine steel tanks as long as football fields. Seawater is boiled, evaporated, condensed, then collected as fresh water. Remaining steam powers turbines, recovering some of the energy used earlier. The second method, and the one Saudi Arabia is heavily investing in, is reverse osmosis (RO). Inspired by human biology, seawater is pushed through ultra-thin membranes with microscopic pores so tiny that even viruses can't pass through. The country also has over 500 dams, with a combined storage capacity of 2 billion cubic meters. The King Fahd Dam alone stores 325 million cubic meters, supporting both agriculture and aquifer recharge. But another challenge appears: what happens to the leftover salt? Remember, 1 liter of seawater contains about 35 grams of salt. This concentrated brine is discharged back into the sea. To solve it, Saudi Arabia is working on deep-sea multi-diffusers to spread brine across multiple spots, and considering brine mining, where valuable minerals like magnesium and potassium can be extracted, turning waste into a resource. Saudi Arabia is now the world's largest producer of desalinated water, and Guinness World Records has recognized its pipeline system as the largest on Earth. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman aims to meet 100% of the country's water needs through this system by 2030. One of the most dramatic scenes of this project is in the mountains. Laying pipelines 10,000 feet high is already difficult, but pumping water uphill requires enormous pumping stations running 24/7 and consuming 9% of the nation's electricity. It's like rivers flowing backward, climbing mountains instead of descending from them. Saudi Arabia's underground river is much more than a pipeline. It's proof that technology can defeat water scarcity. This project is still young, and the world is watching closely as it evolves. A country with no rivers, no natural freshwater sources, and a harsh desert climate is now set to host the World Water Forum in 2027. This sends a message to the world: even the most unlivable landscapes can be transformed through courage, innovation, and vision. Don't forget to like and share.